Hello friends, in this video we will be discussing about arithmetic operations using swing package. Using swing package. So here we are going to create a graphical user interface. Using that we will be performing arithmetic operations. Let us discuss about this by using the programming example. So here I have written one program here first of all. Okay, very first I will execute this and I will show you the result. After that I will create a new file where I will be typing each and every step and I will be explaining how GUI has to work. Okay, so let me execute first of all. So here we are able to see some frame, right? So this is the frame, what we call it, and these are the text fields. Text field, first one, second one, third one, and these are buttons. And I have written some symbols like plus, minus, multiplication symbol, division symbol, modulo symbol. Okay, so just first of all look at the functionality of this particular interface. I have given the value 12 and the second value I have given 45. I am clicking on plus button. What is the result I am getting? 12 plus 45. What is the answer I am getting? 57. If I am clicking on minus button, I will be getting 12 minus 45, which is minus 33. I am clicking on multiplication symbol button. Here 12 into 45. What is the result? 540. Division, quotient value 0. Modulo, the remainder value 12. I am getting. So now I will be discussing about how to create this frame. After that I will show you how to create text fields or buttons or whatsoever. After that, in the same video I will type the entire code to create this kind of frame. Okay, so let me open a new file, any file, like let me take this file. So here I will be writing a class name JFrame. So I have to import the class JFrame. So look at here, I have frame object is created. Now I will create some text field. The class for text field is J text field. Okay, T should be capital. Let me write down T1 equals to new J text field. Okay, and J text field is the class. That's why we need to import that class. I have imported. Now I will create one button, and for creating a button we have a J button class. T equals to new J button. So here I am writing the button name as submit. Okay, and this particular class also we have to import. And I told you, like, all the classes J button, J frame, J text field belongs to the package string. Okay, so now I will be working on it initially. Frame is created, text field is created, button is created. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to give the boundaries, set the boundaries for J text field and J button. So very first, what is the object of J text field? T1. T1 dot set bounds is the method we have. Look at here, set bounds is the method. I have to provide the x coordinate value, y coordinate, width and height, right? So as per the x axis, you can call it x axis, I will be writing the value some 100, and as per the y axis I will be writing 50 value. So width I am giving 40 and height I am giving 30. Okay, and let me give the width as 7. Okay, so I just wanted to adjust the coordinates so that my GUI, graphical user interface, the frame what I am creating followed by the text fields what I am entering looks good. Okay, and what is the button for J button object? B dot set bounds. I'm going to set the boundaries for button also. Here also I'm writing 100, and here I'm writing 100, and this is 70, and this is 70. Same x coordinate value, x axis value, y axis value, and this is width, and this is height I have provided. So you have created an object for text field, you have created an object for button, you have set the boundaries also. Now your duty is you need to add text field and boundary to the frame. How you will do is k is the object for frame, k dot add into the frame. What you want to add? What you want to add into the frame? T1, that I am adding. K dot add. Now I am going to add the button. What is the object for button? B. That's what I have added. Okay, after that I need to set the size of the frame, how big it looks like. So that's why k dot set size. I'm giving the 800 by 800 value, and along with that, two standard values I have to write. Set layout. Okay, by default you put it null. I have to call one more method. Set visible method is there, that is to be called, and it is to be adjusted to true. So this is the simple code I have written for graphical user interface. Let me execute this first of all. Look, this is how my frame is. My frame size, this is the frame. Okay, this entire thing is the frame, 800 by 100, and this is the text field, and this is the button. I am not able to see entire name button. Let me adjust the coordinates. Let me adjust the height as 50, and let me check once again. No, height is changed, but width, let me increase 100, and see now. Oh yeah, it looks good. Okay, now this is the text field and this button. In the similar way, there are many things you can add here. Labels you can add, like you can add combo boxes, anything. For everything we have a class. So I can change the colors of buttons also, like this. What is the object for button? B, right? B dot set background color is the method we have. Within that you need to call the class color dot. You need to select the color. I am selecting the color green, and see now the look of the my GUI. Look at button color is now green, right? This is the simple code for what normal frame I have created. I'm showing you once again. I have created frame, and I have created text field, and I have created button, right? Very first what I have done here, have a look. I have created an object for frame, I have created object for JText field, I have created object for button. After that I have set the boundaries of text field and button in that particular frame where it should be placed. That is what I am deciding here. And after that this button and text field both are added to the frame. With this step you will come to know that I have added T1 to the frame, B to the frame. After that I have given some color to the button. After that I have set the size of frame, how big it should be, and the layout should be null by default. Set visible method is to be called. This is a normal program, basic program of graphical user interface. Now we will be working on arithmetic operations using graphical user interface. Let us execute this program once again and see here. If I click on any button, is there any response we are able to see? No. Why? Because there is no response code written over here. Okay, for getting the response, we should write a code separately, and the class should be implements action listener. What is that? Action listener. It should implement one interface. The interface name is action listener. I have to import that also. That's what I am importing. And after that I have to add the abstract method of action listener. That's what I am adding. So here I have added. Okay, let me remove all these things. This can be removed. Okay, now I will do small adjustments to my code. I will remove this entire code. This is needed, right? This thing I will remove. I'll write enter code from starting once again. And this part, main part, I am writing outside. Here I am writing. Okay. So what I will do here is I will create. I will create constructor. What is the constructor name? First. Within the constructor, I am writing everything. Okay. So here obviously we will get error. Now I have to create the frame. Everything we have to do. So for that we are getting error. So I will adjust with that. So thereafter let me start the code. I am going to create first the object for J text fields. Text field objects I am going to create J text field. Okay. I am going to create three text fields T1 comma T2 comma T3. Okay. Why I am taking three text fields I'll show you. Here in one example program, I'll execute this. Here three text fields are there. First text field is for first input, second text field is for second input, and third text field is for showing the result. And I need how many buttons totally? 5 buttons I need for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo. Okay, that I will be adding. So let me get back to my code. Okay, three buttons, three text fields I have created, objects I have created, and after that let me create objects for buttons. J button. Let me name them B1 comma B2 comma B3 comma B4 comma B5. 5 buttons are needed for me. That's why. After that, very first let me create the frame. J frame K equals to new J frame. Okay. After this, I have to assign some memory. I have to call the constructors. Let me do like that. T1 equals to new J text field. T2 equals to new J text field. T3 equals to new J text field. Okay. Now I'm going to, I have to assign the memories for B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. I'm doing the same thing here. B1 equals to, again I'm writing new J button. B2 equals to new J button. B3 equals to new J button. B4 equals to new J button. And the last one, B5 equals to new J button. As of now, I have created objects for text fields, buttons. Three text fields are needed. That's why three objects T1, T2, T3 created. 5 buttons are needed. That's why I have created 5 objects B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. You see here. After that, what I have to do? I have to set the boundaries. Creation of object is the first step. Second step is you have to set the boundaries. Third step is you have to add all these fields and buttons, all these things to the frame. After that you have to work on action listening. I mean response should be given by upon the action performed by the user. If I click on the submit button, the system has to respond. If I click on the plus button, the system has to respond. And here I am going to give the symbols names for the buttons. First one plus, and the second one minus, third one multiplication symbol I am giving, fourth one division symbol I am giving, fifth one modulo symbol I am giving. Okay. After that let me set the boundaries for that. T1 dot set bounds, and x coordinate I am giving 100 for all. It will be in line, that's why. And here I am giving 50, and this let me give 80, this let me give 30. And I am going to do the same for T2, T3. T2 dot set boundaries. Here I am changing the dimension little bit. Here I am writing 150, and remaining things are simple. Okay. T1, T2, T3, this one. And I'm going to do it for 5 buttons also. Okay, B1 dot set bounds, and here I'm writing 100 to 30. If it is not, if the I will adjust the coordinates if it is if I have to adjust at the final output. Okay, and similarly I have to write it for 5 buttons, B2 for B3 for B4 for B5, and let me adjust the coordinates and change the button names, object names. Here I will write 290, here I will write 350, here I will write 430, here I will write 500. Okay, so I have set the boundaries for all buttons. Okay, now let me add them to the frame. How I have to add? Simple, k dot add. First to T1 is added, next k dot add, now T2 is added, k dot add, now T3 is added. Similarly I have to add all buttons, k dot add B1, B1 is added, now B2, B3, B4, B5. I have to call the constructor, right? New first. Let me write on that. Okay, now it will run. Look, plus minus plus you are able to see. Remaining you are not able to see. Now let me adjust the coordinates. Here the names has to be changed. B4, B5. Now let me check. Yeah, the look is like this. Okay, fine. Okay, now I'm able to see 3 text fields. Now I'm able to see all 5 buttons, right? Now let me work on the action listener part, means response part. So which buttons you want to respond? 5 buttons are to be responded, right? So for this I have to make a call to add action listener method. B1 dot add action listener. Here what you have to write? This, that's it. And I have to write the same step for all buttons. B2, B3, B4, B5. So all buttons action listener call. This is the step where you need to write compulsory. If you don't write this, your system will not respond. Your GUI, graphical user interface, will not respond to the actions what you are doing. If you are clicking on the button, it won't respond. If you are clicking on any text field, there is no use. Okay. So now, so addition of buttons is also done. So now this part is clear. Okay, now I have to work on little bit on action performed method, and let me remind you once again, this is the abstract method of the interface action listener. What is the interface name? Action listener. So action listener I am implementing. Why? Because I want my graphical user interface to respond to the action we are doing, right? So again I am coming back here. I am writing 2 steps here. String S1 equals to, what is the first text field name, object name? T1 dot, I want to get the text from there. We have, for getting the text from there, I have a method called get text. And similarly I am writing the code S2 equals to T2 dot get text. Means what I mean to say is, here we have 2 text fields, right? If you provide the value like this, if you provide the value like this, these values I want to store, these values I want to store in S1 and S2. Okay, so that's what I want to tell. Okay, but these values you are giving integer, why you are storing in string? You may get the question. Let me tell you guys, whatever the input what you are providing here and what is the output you are getting here, it will be in the string format. It is our duty to convert it to the integer format. Now I got the data. I will be converting into integer format. As I need to convert into the integer format, I need some integer variables to store. Int a comma b comma c equals to 0. I have to initialize that one. Otherwise, it will be asking to initialize the c. Now, in a I am storing the converted part of s1. How I can convert string to integer? Integer dot parse int. This is the method we have, and whatever the input you are getting in S1 will be converted into the integer number. And the similar step you will be writing for B also. And this is for storing the input we got in S2, right? So two numbers are there. A value is there, no B value is there. A value is from text field 1, B value is from text field 2. Now you need to check which button the user is clicking. Now you need to check which button is the user is clicking. If the user clicks first button, addition has to be done. If the user selects the second button, the subtraction has to be done. Now I am writing one condition here. For that I am using the object here E, which is available action event. How I am writing? We'll have a look. E dot get source. Get source is the method which will check from where the input is coming. If it is the input is coming from B1, obviously plus button. So I will do addition here. C equals to A plus B. That's it. Otherwise, I can write like else if the input I am getting from B2, I mean second button is clicked, then what is to be performed? Subtraction is to be performed. Again, if the input is from, I mean the user selects the third button, then which operation has to be performed? Multiplication. Now, if the user selects button 4, what is the operation has to be performed? Division. And now at last you can write else or else if your wish. If it is from 5, you have to write what symbol? Modulo operation. So whatever the buttons you are selecting, button 1 selected, addition, button 2 selected, subtraction, button 3 selected, multiplication, button 4 selected, division, button 5 selected, modulo operation. So some result will be getting stored in C, which is in integer format. Now again that result I have to show it to third text field. I have to send it to third text field. Okay. Now what I am doing is, again this integer format input I am converting into the string S3. Let me write down string dot value of, there is a method called string dot value of C, means the integer format input I am converting into the string and storing. Why? Because in order to show the result on the text field also, that should be in string format. That's why I am converting. Okay, now simple. What is the third text field? T3 dot, you need to set the text. Whatever the text you have, that text you need to set as. That's it. Okay, now let me execute this once again. You got this. 12 you have entered, 4 you are entering. Now I am performing plus operation. 12 plus 4, what is the answer you are getting? 16. Now I am selecting the minus button. 12 minus 4, what is the output I am getting? 88. Into I have selected 12 4s are 48 I am getting. I have selected modulo 12 by 4. The quotient value is 3. That's what I am getting. I am selecting division. Okay, 12 by 4. That's why quotient value I am getting 3. Now I am selecting modulo. I am getting the result remainder as 0. So all arithmetic, all buttons are working properly. Now let me show you the code once again. What I have done. All these are the classes which are to be imported. Whenever you type the code, it will ask for. That's what, as per suggestion, I have imported all the classes. Okay, action event class, action listener class, J button, J frame, J text field, all these things. And very important thing is you have to create a class which implements what? Action listener. And this action listener interface have action performed abstract method where you are writing the code for getting after related to the action provided by the input provided by the user. Okay, so here I have created 3 text fields. After that, I have created 5 buttons. After that, I have set the boundaries for T1, T2, T3. After that, I have set the boundaries for all the buttons, and I have added all the text fields and all the buttons to the frame. After that, I made a call to the action listener of 5 buttons B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 using the button objects of button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, button 5. And these are the default steps which you need right. Size of the frame, set layout, and set visible. And here you have written the code for action performed, where you are getting the input from text field 1, text 2, text field 2, which are in input string format. You are converting into the integer and you are storing in integer variables. After that, as per the button click, if B1 is clicked, you are doing addition. B2 is clicked, button 2 is clicked, you are doing subtraction. If button 3 is clicked, multiplication. If button 4 is clicked, division. If button 5 is clicked, modulo operation. Whatever the result you are having, that is in the again integer format. Again you need to convert it to the string format. That's why you convert it and store in S3. That's S3 value you are setting the into the T3. T3 is the object for third text field. And here just I made a call to the constructor in order to run. If I don't use this, I won't get the result. Constructor is to be called. Why? Because enter code is written in the constructor. Okay, so go through the code, very important. Okay, this particular arithmetic operations GUI code will be the base for all other models. It will be helpful for you to do multiple experiments on action events, okay, by looking at this input. That's why I have taken the example of arithmetic operations. Okay guys, hope you understood the video.